Okay, I looked up online. It said on the curve table option, why they're out of sequence. If we can go to the properties, click on edit, display, it says make sure that's checked. That had been good to start with. This is how you can also change the style. I don't like it lowercase. I like everything uppercase. So double click on it and make sure your caps are on. It's a preference. If your company likes uppercase, lowercase, then that is your choice. I do not. I like everything uniform. I think it just makes a better product. And it, again, not wrong, but if you know how to do it and you're looking for something clean, a lot of the guys that I have worked with, they don't care. So it's not something that's hard to change. And once you do change it, it'll be changed forever, as long as you want it. All right, apply, and it'll automatically update, and okay, and okay. So now everything is in a nice, neat order. The other thing is this is not in center. So let's go back to table properties. I right-clicked, pull it down, edit the style. For whatever reason, double click on it, one below, and it should allow you, the format is center justified. Maybe let's double click that one, look at the format, highlight it, center. Okay, all of them really should be centered. I misspelled delta, look at that, D-E-L-T-A. Okay, highlight that, format, that one's center. Okay, apply, and okay, and okay. There we go, looks better, and it's in sequence. All right, so moving on, and now we're going to do the tags for the other. So I will turn on the on C1, what's the length? 240, okay, that's good. All right, so what I'll do is, now that we've got the other curves, those tags labeled, I'm gonna go ahead and turn my layers back on and turn on the lot curve, so I can go ahead and label the ones down here. So there's a curve and there's a curve that I need to label. That's why there was a portion of the curve there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and add labels to these two. That one and that one, because that's a straight line, okay? And that one technically should have been labeled. So I am going to bring that to the front. And I'm going to add a label to that piece right here, which is a line. Okay. So now what I want to do is I want to add to the table. Click on the table and right click. I'm sorry, I must not be clicking on the table. Click on the table. There, add items. Add items. Once you use this more, you'll be better at it than me. So click, click. I am just picking the curves that we created from before. All right, and hit enter, and then OK. And so hitting the little dot to send them back. So on this, let me push it down, slide this down just a little bit. Let me turn my snaps off. Like I said, these are going to be tucked to the inside. That. So there we go. So now we need to create the curves for this one through here. Also need to go ahead and label that little segment too. So let me go ahead and do the curves. So I'm going to draw that like I did before. So let's put it on this layer so it's on a layer that we can freeze off. Now the question is, there's blue lines underneath of it. Display order, send to the back. I'm going to get rid of that blue line, and I'm going to get rid of these blue lines. I know I did that before, but there you go. Some people do them individually and some people don't. There's a lot of different ways to do everything in Civil 3D. So let me go ahead and create my line. So am I in the right layer? No. So I'm going to make that layer current, home. And then I'm going to draw that. So starting here, endpoint, and creating an arc. And the reason I'm doing that, because this actually allows me to make it perfectly on top of it, because it's tangential. You know, it's radial to the, and remove that vertex. Now I need to break that. So I pick the white line, endpoint, do it again, endpoint. I'm just hitting enter or your space bar. It allows me to repeat the command. And then I need to extend to make sure everything is extended. Don't overextend. All right. And then I am going to add labels to this curve, this curve, this curve, this curve, and this curve. Now I am going to come over here, click on that, add items, add a tag. I'll probably split the screen in half so I don't have to keep jumping back and forth. And I'm going to pick that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. Hit enter, and enter, and then OK. All right, so we're going to take these that we just created, 15, 14. It's slow going today. And I want to, why wouldn't it let me flip these? All I did was select the properties. Apparently I'm picking something else. See how it says false? I'm going to make it go true. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and, while I'm seeing it, I'm going to go distance only from that point to that point. So there's 5 feet. Okay. I am going to move this one down. And I'm going to flip that to the center. I gotta wonder. Oh, that's what they did. They actually labeled that segment. So what they did is, I'm going to get rid of that. So what the plat did, if you're looking at it like I am, is they actually labeled. I'm going to break this. Stop. So and extend. Now, this does not match the plat, so I must have a drawing that was older or different in some way. Because if you actually look at the plat, it looks a little bit different. No, it isn't. It's the same. Woohoo! Woohoo! All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to split the screen because it's driving me batty. So view, split to horizontally. This allows me up here to come up here so I can just hop back and forth. All right, move that up. It's your option, however you wish to do it. So I'm going to add some more. Add, and I'm going to come down here, add, click in this view, and I'm going to pick this one and that one and hit enter. And then OK. And then I am going to flip this one and this one to the other side. Okay. Now, the other thing that you can do is what they did is, so that's all of the curves. So they had 31 curves, but we didn't include the center line. So we have 2 curves. We should have 2 curves less than them. Let's see what we've got. Well, then maybe we don't, because they say they have, they've got 31 curves because we haven't finished the center island up, and there's a boatload of curves in there if you're looking at it. All right, so the next thing that they also have is lines, a line table, same thing. So they only have 4 lines, and they did a line. No, they didn't even, I thought they may have done a line here. Okay, so actually there's curves that I'm missing in here. There's a little bit of a curve right there. So what I can do is I have to come back from here to get the arc in the right angle. And reach in. That's just funny why it did that. I'm going to remove this end. And then I am going to add. And then it appears there is a tiny portion of an arc here. So I'll add this one here. Unfortunately, they will not be in sequence again. Or, yeah, sequential order. Whoops. And I don't feel like deleting it and restarting it, so I'm going to add these 2, so no worries. Sometimes you try really hard to get that to be the right thing, but there we go. So this needs to be flipped. True. All right. I don't know why my resolution is doing that, but that's what it is. My resolution is doing that. I may end up having to pull this down, like tug it down like this, so it doesn't look so bad. Same with this one, because you want to tug this one to this side so they know it's on that side. Okay. All right. So that is my curve tables. All good? All good. Now, the other thing that you'll want to do is, again, I'm getting these cleaned up. You make sure URLs are nice and neat. I'm going to go ahead and move on to the next portion. The next portion, what I want to do is go ahead and show you all the how to draw the median up. So we've got our curve tables going. Notice that this is starting to make the next line. What we'll do is decide how we want to split it. So right now it's split into 20s. So maybe we split it into 10s, because remember in this sheet where we have the curves, we have to put the curve table in here also, because we've got these curves here and we've got to fit it in here somehow. Maybe move this over for right now and then get our curve tables like they have it in there. They also, I believe, shortened this viewport up, and we can have a little bit more room in here. F8. So I'm going to, oops, I needed to take both of that. So I need to take all of that, and I'll go ahead and take that too. Move this down. Turn my ortho on. There we go. So I got a little bit more room up here. So the other thing is right now, notice that our, oh, there's a center line. We may have to copy or do this curve, this label, pull it down so it shows up in each one. You can see this one, but you can't really see this one. And then if I look at the other sheet, you won't be able to see it. So you'll have to tag certain things twice. Okay, so for example, we've got these tags here, right? So we would want to make, sure that they show up in all of the views. So I'm going to pull these to the top here. Like I said, when I see it, I got to fix it. I know I'm like a squirrel sometimes, just all over the place, but bear with me. And then I'm going to add. And the reason I'm doing this is two things. Is one, I want to make sure that you all understand what needs to be visible. I'll flip this one, this one, this one, and that one. So those need to be flipped true to get them to the inside. So now when I look at this one, I can see it here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this viewport. So back to where I was going with this, I'm going to copy this viewport up here, and then I'm just going to pull it out so I can find my tables. Okay, so I need to see how this table is going to look over here. F8. Okay, so I'm going to split this. Let's move this down. I'm going to do it in 10s or maybe 12. Let's do 12s. Okay. So what I mean by that is in your table, click on your table, right click, edit table properties, and make that a number of rows of 12. And then okay. I'm going to go ahead and hit save because I haven't saved in a while. Go back to your tag or layout. Okay, so that doesn't look bad. I might have to, depending on how much room I have and what I'm trying to do, I might have to shift it over, maybe not. And then the text could probably be a little smaller. So let's move this over. Give me some room. We'll put that in here. And then move this over. Because I still have some curves that I have to create down here, and I still have a line table. I can also possibly put more information over here. I haven't cleaned up this text or anything like that. You'll need to do that on your own. I'm not going to do a video on cleaning up text. Review what's labeled on there and do it yourself. I am going to move this so it's not in the middle of our information and move it over here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and then let's take a look at the intersection here. All right, I'm going to do that in a third video or a next video.